Think about how you felt last Monday. You were so excited. You bought new gear, downloaded every app, and wrote down a giant plan. You felt like a superhero. In your mind, you could already see the new you. But then Thursday came. Suddenly, you didn't want to do it anymore. The energy was gone. Now, you are sitting on the couch feeling guilty. You are asking yourself, what is wrong with me? Why can't I just stick to something? There is a secret you should know. There is nothing wrong with your brain. You are not broken, and you are definitely not lazy. To fix this cycle, we have to look deep inside at why your mind acts this way. We need to understand why we get stuck and learn how to finally finish what we begin. We have all been there. It starts with a spark. Maybe you saw a video or read a story. Suddenly, you feel unstoppable. You buy the gear and tell everyone, this time is different. At first, it's easy. It feels like driving a brand new car. You don't need willpower because the excitement does the work for you. But soon, the new feeling fades. The work starts to feel like a chore. The shoes feel heavy and the goals feel boring. You hit a wall and quit. Then you feel guilty, which makes starting again even harder. How do you know if you are stuck in this cycle? There are a few very common signs. First is the shopping phase. You spend more time buying things for the goal than actually doing the work. You think that if you have the best gear, the goal will be easier. It feels like progress, but it isn't. Second is the big plan trap. You make a 10-page schedule that covers every minute of your day. It looks perfect on paper, but it is impossible for a human being to follow. Third is the sudden wall. One day you wake up and the thought of your goal makes you feel physically tired. Your brain starts making excuses like, I'm too busy today, or I'll start fresh next month. But here's what most people don't realize. This isn't a character flaw. It isn't a sign that you are a quitter. It is actually a very normal way that the human brain is wired to work. Why your brain does this, the simple science. Your brain is like a very old computer. It has one main job, to keep you safe and save your energy. It doesn't care about your big goals. It cares about survival. When you start something new and then quit, your brain is actually trying to help you, even if it feels like it's hurting you. 1. The dopamine drop. Dopamine is a chemical in your brain that makes you feel good. It is the reward chemical. Your brain gives you a huge splash of dopamine just for dreaming about a goal. When you tell someone, I'm going to run a marathon, your brain feels like you already did it. It gives you the prize before you even start. But once the dreaming stops and the working starts, the dopamine disappears. Doing the actual work doesn't give you that same free hit. Your brain gets bored and starts looking for a new, easier way to get that feel-good hit. This is why you suddenly want to start a different project instead of finishing the one you have. 2. The fear of failure. This is a sneaky feeling. Deep down, you might be scared. If you try your absolute best and still don't succeed, it might hurt your feelings. It might make you feel like you aren't good enough. To protect you from that pain, your brain comes up with a plan. It thinks, if I stop now, I didn't really fail. I just stopped trying. It is a defense mechanism. By quitting early, you keep the dream alive without ever facing the risk of a real failure. Your mind thinks it is saving your heart from being sad later. 3. The perfectionism monster. Do you feel like you have to do it perfectly or not at all? This is a huge reason people lose motivation. If you miss one day of your diet, do you say, well, the day is ruined, I might as well eat junk food? That is perfectionism. Your brain starts to believe that anything less than perfect is a total failure. Since no one is perfect every day, your brain decides that the goal is broken. Instead of just fixing the mistake, it decides it is easier to throw the whole goal away and wait for a perfect time to start again. 4. The Overwhelm Circuit Breaker. Think about the power in your house. If you plug in too many things, the circuit breaker flips and the lights go out. Your brain has a circuit breaker too. If you say, I'm going to change my whole life today, your brain looks at that huge mountain of work and gets terrified. It sees a giant task and thinks, we don't have enough energy for this. To save you, it flips the switch. You suddenly feel sleepy, bored, or distracted. Your brain is shutting you down to protect you from stress. I want you to hear this. You are not lazy. Lazy people do not care. They do not stay up late dreaming of a better life or making big plans. They don't feel guilty when they stop. The fact that you feel disappointed proves that you have big dreams. The problem is just about fuel. You are using all your gas at the starting line. You push the pedal to the floor for the first mile, then feel surprised when the tank is empty. You don't need a stronger engine. You just need to learn to drive without running out of gas. How to break the cycle. You do not need more willpower. Willpower is like a muscle, it gets tired fast. Instead of force, you need to use a better map. Step 1. Think tiny. If you want a new habit, don't try to change your whole life. Try to change just 5 minutes. If you want to write, write one paragraph. If you want to clean, clean one drawer. Small goals keep your brain from getting scared. Step 2. The 2-minute rule. Tell yourself, I will do this for just 2 minutes. If I want to stop after that, I can. Usually, the hardest part is the first 60 seconds. Once you start, your brain realizes it isn't so bad. Step 3. Expect the boring days. Everyone can work when they are excited. The people who reach their goals are the ones who work even when they are bored. Expect the boring part to show up. When it does, say, oh, hello, boredom. I knew you were coming. I'm going to do my 2 minutes anyway. Step 4. Be kind. If you miss a day, do not call yourself names. If a friend made a mistake, you would tell them to try again tomorrow. Be a good friend to yourself. One bad day does not ruin everything. Just wake up and start your 2-minute timer again. The world tells us to hustle and be perfect, but humans are not robots. We have high energy some days and low energy other days. Starting strong and losing steam just means you have a big imagination and a brain that wants to keep you safe. You already know how to start. Now, you just need to practice the tiny part. You don't need a new you. You just need to be kinder to the you that exists right now. Remember, you are not a failure. You are just a human being learning how to use a complicated brain. You're not lazy. Your mind is protecting you. Now that you know the truth, take a deep breath. Pick one tiny 2-minute task and just start there.